Warmwind lets AI workers learn screen workflows, repeat them across apps, and keep running after your PC is off.
Next, you'll see how teaching mode learns a Gmail to SAP job, why cloud computers enable recurring work, what Warmwind's benchmark proves, and where the AI operating system label stretches. Then, we'll examine the security cost of permanent access.
Warmwind began its international rollout on August 26, 2026. It reported nearly 90,000 registrations, about 450,000 euros in annual recurring revenue, and thousands of daily tasks. Those are company figures, not an independent audit. The core idea starts with teaching mode. Instead of writing an integration, you click Teach, talk through the job, and perform the workflow once. Warmwind watches the screen, listens to the explanation, and records the sequence of decisions rather than only the exact mouse coordinates. In the official demo, the user opens Gmail, reads a customer question, switches to SAP, searches the order number, gathers the missing information, and returns to Gmail with an answer. That matters because SAP, internal portals, and old desktop tools are often expensive or awkward to connect through APIs. When the demonstration ends, Warmwind compiles a work list. The user can review the plan, add missing rules, and choose when the task should run. The interface then turns one example into a repeatable schedule, such as every morning at 9. The reason it survives a closed laptop is simple. The work is not running on that laptop. Each worker operates on its own remote computer, with its own installed applications and sessions. Your device becomes a control screen. The actual cursor, files, and apps live in the cloud. Warmwind says workers continue in the background and ask for missing information. Its site advertises about €1 per active AI work hour and roughly 3 times the average human office work click pace. Treat both as vendor claims until your pilot reproduces them. Recurring tasks are the real product. Monitor a portal, collect invoices, answer routine support questions, update an ERP, or generate leads. Multiple workers can run in parallel because each has a separate environment. But visual interfaces change. Pop-ups, expired sessions, ambiguous fields, and slow pages can turn a successful demonstration into a fragile production process. Reaching software with no connector does not guarantee reliable operation. If this breakdown is useful, a quick like helps other people find it. And tell me in the comments which repetitive workflow you would or would not trust to an autonomous worker. Warmwind publishes something concrete: Pointerbench. The Hugging Face dataset and GitHub code cover 1,500 synthetic GUI grounding tasks, 500 each for spreadsheets, text, and invoices, and interfaces across 100 professional applications. On the published leaderboard, Claude Fable 5 averages 78.7%. Warmwind Pointer 1.6 in Agentic mode reaches 77.1. Claude Sonnet 4.6 scores 69.3, while Warmwind Pointer without the Agentic strategy scores 67.7. Moving from 67.7 to 77.1 suggests the Agentic strategy adds 9.4 points on this test. But Warmwind publishes the benchmark, and grounding is only one layer. Clicking the right cell is not the same as safely running a long workflow for months. So, is this genuinely an AI operating system? Warmwind now gives the clearest answer itself. It does not replace Windows, macOS, or Linux. The useful mental model is AI owning its own computer in the cloud, with applications it can see and operate. That is more ambitious than a browser macro, because the worker has persistence, planning, supervision, multiple applications, and a dedicated execution environment. But it still behaves like an advanced visual automation layer built on top of an operating system, not a new kernel managing your local hardware. The Reddit debate captures the split: a meaningful new category or an AI app with an ambitious label. The packaging can be useful, even when its ingredients, cloud computers, vision models, and automation, are familiar. The largest question is access. A worker answering Gmail from SAP needs real sessions, business data, and permission to act. Warmwind says customer environments are isolated on German infrastructure. That is valuable, but not the entire security story. Before permanent access, ask 5 questions. Which credentials can the worker use? Which actions require human approval? How are screen recordings, prompts, and files retained? Can every action be audited? And can you immediately revoke access and restore a changed record when something goes wrong? Start with a test account, read-only data, and a narrow workflow whose output is easy to verify. Keep approval gates for sending messages, deleting records, publishing content, changing customer data, or moving money. Convenience should scale only after the controls do. My verdict? Warmwind is a credible cloud execution platform for repetitive work across disconnected software, especially legacy systems. Its always-on workers are genuinely different from a chatbot, but the operating system phrase is best understood as a product metaphor, and the public benchmark does not replace a real reliability and security pilot. If you liked this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And tell me, would you trust an AI worker that never stops? Or is permanent access one step too far?